Welcome to another episode of Indy with Indy. Today's guest is Hambino, author, truth teller, and creator. His body of work spans both spiritual empowerment and street literature, with books like Fatherless Seed, A Black Woman's Worth, A Black Man's Worth, The Reason We Cheat, The Scary Tale of Cashville, Trick Dice, and Alotta Bodiez. Through each story, he challenges identity, family, loyalty, and purpose. Hambino, thank you for joining me today.
Oh, it's a pleasure. Thank you for inviting me.
I'm excited for this conversation, actually.
I don't even know where it's going.
I don't either because I have questions, but I feel like even when I have the questions, we're going to end up talking, and the questions are just going to throw out the window. I just think these are going to be like my little cards. I'm just going to, because it's cute. It says In Deep with Indy, you know.
Them cards is used to tap into our spirit. That's all they're going to do.
Yeah, that's all it's going to do. That's all. Yeah. I think my first question is going to tap into spirit, to be honest. Because my first thing is, you said your greatest accomplishment is gaining knowledge of true self and purpose. What was the spark that started that journey for you?
To be honest, man, that's a long story. Okay, to be honest, like, that's when I did I was in federal prison at this time. And I was in Marion, Illinois. And I had a cellie who was an Afghan, 100% Afghan. His name was Zadith Adash Alexander. And Before I get into that right there, I'm just giving you what gave me that spark. One day I was sitting outside in the unit, and a partner of mine who was locked up named Slow, shout out to Slow, he told me to go watch the Minister Farrakhan. And mind you, I never researched the minister. I'm lost. I don't got no knowledge of self. I'm just from Dodge City Projects on some straight bullshit. But anyway, when he said go watch the Minister Farrakhan, my first response was, Man, fuck dude, them. They killed Malcolm X. And he looked at me like, the way he looked at me made me be like, because he was offended when I said that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And mind you, I'm saying that out of ignorance, because I don't know nothing about the Nation of Islam, nothing about Malcolm X's death. It's just let you know how they can put things on your mind and you end up spitting out what you done heard over the waves, you hear me?
Yeah.
So anyway, when he told me that by me offending him that much, it made me go listen to the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. And I went up there and listened to him. And remind you, I was born in 1979. My daddy died, but they think he was killed 2 months before I was born on the 4th of July. And so I never had a father figure. So when I go up there and listen to the Most Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan and heard him speak, that was the most fearless man that I ever heard in my life. And it immediately gave me a father. You know what I'm saying? And those words right there, I went up there and I heard the minister. So after I heard the minister one time, for my next 3 years in the federal penitentiary, I was going to the chapel just listening to him and learning. But before I go too far, once I got back from listening to the minister, being in Marion, Illinois, I went back to my cellie who was Zadif Alexander from Afghanistan. And one day we was in the cell one night, we locked down, and he got a book full of Tupac lyrics laminated. And yes, and he played me as if he couldn't read, like he was ignorant, but the whole time he was really a genius. So one day he told me, he was like, Tupac is God. I said, what the fuck, Tupac God? I said, no, Jesus God. Man, I ain't never went to church. I'm just spitting out stuff that I just, what I done heard. Jesus is God. And he was telling me, he started talking to me about black people, our value, and who we truly are. And I remember once I accepted it, his words, I was sitting in a chair while he was talking. Mind you, he probably about 5'4". I'm 6'2". Yeah. So I'm a giant over him. But when I accepted that truth that he was spitting to me about the origin of black people, I felt like a child. And that's when that spark got created.
So tell me more about the origin of black people. And the reason why I ask you this, we kind of go back and forth in the on Instagram in our inbox. So you give me a lot of knowledge, and you was telling me about gold.
Yes.
I want you to tell.
Okay. Well, it's a saying that says, as it is above, so it is below.
Right.
So out of everything that God created, we are his most valuable, precious creation, man. When I say man, I mean intelligence. So man and woman, the same thing. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, anything that go on within this earth and within this universe goes on within ourselves. So I was taught about the precious metal called gold. And it's like the most valuable asset that we have on this planet right now.
Right.
But before gold becomes that most valuable asset, it's a metal. And on that metal, it has something called dross. And what dross is waste material. So when you get the metal, you have to burn the dross off of it. And in the process of burning the dross off of the metal becomes pure gold.
Right.
And that's just like our life. You know what I'm saying? We go through storms, trials, tribulations, which reflects as the fires of our life that's burning us so we can come refine and define in our glorious existence. So, you know, just like gold, we that gold. We just got a little bullshit about us we got to clean off.
Right. And you said as above, so below, as within, so without. I'm big on that. I like that.
Okay, so like if me and you go to Santa Monica, California, and we walk out on the beach and me and you got 8-ounce glasses with us, empty glasses, and we dip it into the Pacific Ocean, the water, the 8 ounces of water that's in that glass has the same qualities and characteristics as that whole body of ocean.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's just in a smaller vessel. So we are God just in a smaller microcosm vessel of God. Because if you compare anything to us, whether it's a tree, the tree, if you look up the scientific research of the elements that make up a tree, we have all those elements and then some. Whatever make up the sun, whatever make up anything in existence, we have those elements and more. And what make us more supreme than anything is that we got the power of will and creative, and what we say we can bring into existence. Everything in the universe was created to serve us. That's why we can have a sun that's approximately 93 million miles away from us that don't burn us. Some people get skin cancer and burnt, but some people the sun was made to energize. You know what I mean? And we have a body of water. This earth has more water than land, but the water submits to us and allow us to live on here. The plants and everything was created and made for our existence, to bow down to us. So, you know, we the supreme being. Supreme means highest in ranking, being means to exist. We the highest ranking existence on this planet.
Woo! Look, it's all right. Y'all don't understand.
For real.
Indy, with Indy, y'all better. I'm looking this way because I was looking at Cruz, but I'm looking this way because, listen. Okay, yes. Tell me. So, with that being said, because I like how you put it with the analogy of the ocean and how it, you know, you put it into a cup. It's funny because I had a guest on by the name of Famous Frank. Okay. And he was speaking to me afterwards and he was like, how do you feel about God? I feel like, he was like, do you feel like you God? I was like, I feel like, yes, God is within me, right? So I feel like I am a part of God. So yeah, I'm a goddess. I'm a woman, not a woman. I'm a woman in many different ways. That's why people feel me and my energy, because I'm always vibrating high. My vibrations are always high because I am GodBody, not taking your term. But
listen, we won.
Yeah, we won. So I'm not saying when you say that to people, they feel like, oh, you're saying you're God. And I'm like, I'm not, you don't understand what I'm saying. Okay.
So we had to, if we go into the Christian belief, which a lot of our people take on, and a lot of our people take on Islam too, but in the scripture in Psalms 82 verse 6, I might be wrong. I think Psalms 82 verse 6 says, ye are gods, children of the Most High God. You know what I mean? So we are gods. We ain't saying we the God. We saying we a God. Yeah. It says, let us make man in our image and after our likeness.
Right.
So if God made us in his image, what is an image? And after his likeness, what is a likeness?
It's basically
so we made in the image and likeness of God.
Exactly.
And if you ask any person, a religious person, is God perfect? What they gonna say?
Yeah.
Okay. So you telling me a perfect creator created something imperfect? No. He didn't. He just gave us that willpower to fall short if we don't if we don't go about the will of God. You know what I mean? So we got the ability to be low as the beast or highest God.
Yep.
Depending on how we are.
And you know, something I always speak on when it comes to perfection. First of all, perfection is what you yourself feel perfection is. Mm-hmm. But I also believe that once you reach perfection, you won't be on this realm anymore, because perfection is you don't have nothing else to learn. You don't have nothing else to do. You don't have nothing else to, I guess, work on or fix.
And if we going off it like that, don't nobody want to be perfect, because everybody want to go to heaven, but don't nobody want to die.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
And so, that's why I say I don't want to be perfect yet.
See, I mean, you know, we can live 2,000 years and want to learn how to do everything that is possible to do on this planet. You know what I mean? So, like, as far as perfect, people use imperfection as an excuse. Like, when a person say, well, I ain't perfect. So whatever make them not perfect is a choice they made. So just think, if we go about our day to day, right? Just let's talk about today. And at the end of the day, before we close our eyes, we say, I'm not perfect. And I ask you, why you not perfect? You can be like, because I did this, this, and that. But those are choices you made not to be perfect. Mm-hmm. Every day as men and women, we should practice and strive towards perfection, towards our God self. That I'm not perfect is an excuse people use because we don't want to be disciplined to be able to walk in the light of God and being chosen by God and walking with God and bringing this new earth, this new heaven on earth is not a mass movement. It's only going to take a few of us. Yeah. It's not a mass movement.
And it's only for the strong, too, because you're going to lose a lot of people in the mix because people aren't going to understand. It's a lot of people that ain't going to understand. It's a lot of people who ain't going to want to walk with you. It's a lot of people who ain't going to be able to even hold a conversation with you because of the level of intelligence or the level of knowing that you're on. I'm not talking about the fake woke. I'm not talking about the people who are confined to religions that they haven't even studied themselves.
Exactly.
That's what I don't have respect for. When you don't study something yourself, I don't have no respect for it.
They like the moon.
Yeah.
And listen, the reason I say they like the moon is because the moon only reflects the light of the sun. You hear me? That's all it can do. It reflects the light of the sun. It don't have no water, according to research. It has no water, no grass, nothing that can inhabit life. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But the earth can take the sun and the reflection of the sun, and it can create water and plants and oxygen and all these things that create life. That's why we call her Mother Earth. You know what I mean? Yeah. So when I say people are like the moon, it's because they only quoters of the Bible. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They never have understanding. And when I first got a knowledge of myself, I didn't handle it right because I started bashing religion and things of that nature like that, and that wasn't good in my wisdom. Because if I'm trying to get somebody to a truth, I should never take the approach where I'm offending them, which is going to automatically put them a wall up, and they ain't even going to receive anything I got to say. So, you know, it's all about growth.
That is all about growth, and you're right, because when I first started learning about different things, like I feel like the first book I read by this guy called The Poet, it was like Unlearn the Learned. So, or things that we don't know. Those two books, it was like a yellow and a green book, and it just stuck out to me when I went into Books A Million. I'm like, I'm finna pick this up and read it. And it was this guy on there. I feel like he most likely was Islamic because of the, what do you call it? Is it a...
Kufi.
Yeah. So I feel like that he was Islamic. But he wrote that, and it made me start looking at things differently. Then from there, I read books from Miguel Ruiz, The Mastery of Love, The Mastery of Life, the 5 Agreements, the 5th Agreement, the 4th Agreement, things about like the 5 attachment styles, things like that. I started reading stuff, but the first one was The Mastery of Love. And what made me look at things, I was like, I've been taught all wrong this whole time. Even the way that we look at love as humans, like, as that basically the things that we were domesticated to. So it's a lot of us that's domesticated. So I try not to domesticate my kids. That's one thing I don't do. Now I'm gonna tell you right from wrong, but I'm not gonna domesticate you where you're gonna go off of my fears or my beliefs. I want you to get out there and learn things for yourself and do things that feel good to you, that resonate with you. Yes. So I do that with my 16-year-old son. I'm like, you know, I'm a mama. I do it by myself. I can't raise no man. I can put men in his life to help him, but it's certain things that I'm not gonna understand from him. It's certain things that I don't know how he feel in certain ways. You know, he came to me. He was like, "Mama, I think I want to practice being Muslim. You know, being under the Nation of Islam. Do that. I'm a spiritual being. I'm spiritual. So it's like, I'm here for it. I respect it. Learn things that feel good to you. So needless to say, everyone feels like,
When did he say this?
About a month or two ago.
Man, your son is about to be a powerful man.
Yeah.
You gotta understand, Muslim only means one who submits to the will of God. So anybody, whether you Muslim, Christian, or whatever ideology you fall up under, if you are submitting to the will of the Most High, the Creator, the universe, whatever people want to call God, because we get a little knowledge of ourselves and forget the term God based on because we start to understand the deceit in religion, and we turn on God and just start, instead of saying God, we say the universe, we say the ancestors, we say this, we say that it is God. You know what I'm saying? But by your son taking that direction, he cannot go no wrong going towards the direction of the Nation of Islam at all. And Muslim only means one who submits to the will of God. So
I started sending him stuff like I listen to 19 Keys. So it's a lot of things that I listen to in 19 Keys, but then I also listen to Nuri Muhammad. So it's different things, and I just send it to him like, oh, okay, this is somebody who can teach you this, because I'm really invested with my children. So if they tell me they want to do something, here, let me help you. Let me give you your needs. Like I bought the book, I always say it wrong, the 48 Laws of Power. I bought that book, and when I started reading, I was like, "Oh, this finna make me a whole different type of woman. This is finna put some too much masculine. I don't feel like masculinity and femininity is a gender, but I do feel like as a woman, I should be mostly feminine versus masculine. It should be like an 80-20. So when I started reading, I was like, I don't think this is the right book for me. But my son, he came downstairs, and he always, like, I have a bookshelf. So he looked on my bookshelf, and he's like, Mom, I want to read this. But the first one he wanted to read was The Richest Man in Babylon. So he took that book, and within a week, he brought it back, and he's like, I'm done. I was like, oh, you read that book quick.
You the truth.
So he got that book, and he got through it, and I'm like, he's been reading it. So I feel like he's going to keep on picking it up when he needs to. So he has it, and he ain't trying to let it go. So I was like, okay, baby, whatever you want to do. So this is the things that he do on his own. It's not what I'm putting to him.
All right, man, you got your young God on your hands. And 19 Keys is a product of the Nation of Islam.
Yeah, he is.
His father was with the Nation of Islam.
Yeah, and that's what I learned a lot from him. And I started listening to him by someone that I know. And he sent it to me, and I was like, okay. So I started learning things, but I found Nuri on my own because I started listening to, she is really powerful. Oh my God. But I only listened
Vicky
to
Dillard?
Someone else. She's a part of the Nation of Islam. But I started listening to her, and she resonated so well with me, and I can't believe I forgot her name, because now, you know, YouTube goes off of, it's like an algorithm. So
is she younger or older?
She's kind of older. You know, she's older. Because I went from
Claire Muhammad?
Who?
Light skin or brown skin?
Light skin. She's a light skinned woman.
Claire Muhammad.
Yeah, I think that is her. And she speaks.
She's the wife of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad.
She is. Yes, that's her. So I started listening to her, and then it brought me to Nuri Muhammad. But before then, I was on Queen Afua. So these type of women, because I'm all about self, like getting myself to the highest, and I have to listen to the women that are there and that have been in certain places.
I think I got her book at the house, Queen of Fools. She got a book called, it's like a purple black woman on the front of it. Like a light pink purple book.
It is. So I have
The Sacred Womb.
The Sacred Woman. And that's where I got that from when I call myself a woman. But also impeccable listening. I feel like a lot of women should get impeccable listening for a lot of reasons. But that's where all of my knowledge comes from. But it also comes from self, because I've been through a lot, and I taught myself how to be alone. I taught myself how to heal.
If we're dealing with feminine and masculine, and we're dealing with the science of it. If we go to the X and Y chromosome, the woman is X chromosome. X chromosome is the feminine. The man is XY chromosome, so we masculine and feminine. And that's something that men need to understand, that we have a masculine side and we have a feminine side, and we got to find balance in that, because if we lean too much on the masculine side, we become temper tantrum destructive ass men. If we lean too much on the feminine side, we become whiny, bitchy ass, maybe homosexual man, you know what I mean? So we got to find that balance based on the science of man. You hear what I'm saying? This ain't no diss to my homosexual brothers and sisters. I love them, you know what I mean? We all got whatever we got to do to overcome and be the best part of us, but this just the facts of man and woman. So you 100% woman, while sometimes man can be a half a man, depending on how we carry ourselves.
Whew. That was deep. I feel like some men gonna want you to dive in deep on how they can be half a man.
I mean, you know, I come from a lifestyle of destruction. Well, we easy to move in a destructive manner, which is a real feminine trait. Like, men are more thinkers and more premeditated in their actions.
Logical.
But we dive into the feminine side because it's like, everybody mad and all of those shit, you know. So
I feel like feminine is creative. So what it is when I look at it, and that's why I don't like the war between man and woman, because we need each other. But again, I call myself the top 1%. I'm 1%, like I'm one of one, literally. Like I'm the 1% of women that are out here. So I think differently. So when men talk to me, you get a whole different vibe from me than what you are used to, because of my way of thinking, because of the things that I have taught myself through my actions and through being in my wounded femininity versus being in this healthy femininity. And what healthy is if a man brings me something, I am someone who multiplies. That's what a woman is supposed to do. We're supposed to multiply. So if you gave me $100, I'm supposed to be able to multiply that and make it into 1,000, make that 1,000 into 1,000,000. And it's not stating like I multiply it with by putting more money with it. It's by creating something with what you provided me with in order to build that.
Or if I gave you myself and I'm your man,
and I'm supposed to be able to
myself, and you'll be able to multiply whatever it is about me to make us better as a community, as a family.
Exactly.
You got that power. You got that control. That's why we equals. You know what I mean? It's just today we have a problem playing our role. And men and women are at war because of systematic attacks, which position some of us better than others. And a lot of women don't know how to be like Isis was with Osiris.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And like Osiris was dismembered. And the first thing Isis did was she was sad about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And after she got through being sad about it, she breathed life into him and brought him back.
Right.
But, you know, today, when the black woman look at the black man, just like she ain't crying for him, she like, nigga, you don't get your ass up and get a job and things of that nature, versus being sad for him, understanding the war he done been through, and then breathing life into that man, because y'all really had that power to make a god.
Right. And sometimes, like, I'm going to change your words a little bit when it comes to being sad, because that's like feeling sorry for someone. And a lot of times when you feel sorry for someone, that means that they're a sad or they're a sorry person. And I tell my kids, you never say, I am sorry. You always say, I apologize, because you're not a sorry human being. So it's certain things. So when you're right, when it does come to a man, a lot of times women feel like, oh, you need to come to me whole. Well, you need to come to him whole as well, right?
Yeah.
That it doesn't work that way, because we are broken beings because of the things that we have been through, the domestications and all these things that have passed down.
Plantation.
Yes.
Now, I'm speaking like, now, I'm going to speak on strictly being a foundational black American, product of the plantation. The worst Holocaust of any history recorded, we suffered that.
Yep.
So based on that, then nobody leave the plantation without being scarred. So I ain't saying women need to take the luggage of raising a man up. I'm saying we need to work together to raise each other up. We need to learn how to properly court, because where I'm from, we link up based on where we from. We from the same hood right here, so we like go to school together. Yeah. So we have sex and we end up getting girls pregnant, girls end up pregnant, and we don't properly court each other or properly mate, you know what I mean? And we just get caught up in, you know, a lifestyle like that based on ignorance.
And that's the truth. And what I was getting to was, women do need to be able to, because as a woman, our house, everything is supposed to be basically what you would call, like, you go to the hospital, right, when you're sick. So a woman's house should be like that hospital.
Yes,
it should be set up.
Cabinet.
It's the medicine cabinet,
yes.
everything. So that's everything within you as well. So your words, when you speak to your man, you don't speak at him, you speak to him. So you speak life into him. Even when y'all are having a disagreement, because it's going to happen, right?
Yeah.
So you got to know how to, okay, you know what, I'm going to step back for a second so we can talk when it's time to talk. So I'm going to give you your space, you give me my space.
Table the conversation.
Yeah, table the conversation. Then we're going to come back, we're going to have a conversation. So I'm going to hear you, not from a wounded place, but from a healed place. So I hear what the wounded, like, I hear with healed ears. I see with healed eyes, even though I have been hurt by people.
So what's your oldest child?
My oldest son.
Your oldest child.
What is he?
Yeah, how old is he?
Oh, he's 16.
Okay, your oldest child is 16.
Mm-hmm.
My oldest child is 26. Now, take you back 16 years ago, take me back 26 years ago, and give us the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding we have today. And we'll damn sure properly court. Not saying that's a mistake, it happened, and we did things in our ignorance. But if you take us and you put you 16 years ago with what you know now, how you would even deal with a man, you know what I mean? It'll be way different than what you've been through, and vice versa with me, you know what I mean? So, we just, like I said, we products of the plantation, so, it's like a trial and error run if we're not properly raised under the right households.
Yep, and that's true. And the women, we don't even know how much we carry because we are open. We are portals. Like, when a man enters us, we take on everything that he has within him. So he's like a carrier of something because he done had some men done had so many women, and it comes to us. Like, even I talk about it a lot. I've talked about it on my past podcast. Like, I believe in energy transfer, spiritual transfer. So when you're doing something with someone, you're passing that to me. Like, that's why I'm so sacred with myself. So it's a lot of things that we have within us, like the generational wounds that haven't been healed. We haven't broken any curses. We've carrying that. And then not only our generation, but the other women from the men that we have dealt with, those women come to us, and we have that now. So a lot of times, the reason why the women these days are acting like they are, or they don't know how to be a woman, they like, oh, well, you need to be a provider. And what I feel like a provider is, and I'm not talking about me, but what they feel like a provider is money. Give me your money. Like, what you got going on? Oh, I got a bill that's due. Can you pay that for me?
As men, we should provide, protect, guide, and maintain our women.
You right, but also, how are you going to provide something when you aren't in your right space to where you can provide? So a woman should be able to assist you
so that's
and get
when,
you to that
but
point.
that's when we dealing in, like, if I'm a man, like I done been a man that didn't know what a man was before. But if we're a man and know what a man is and know what the responsibility of a man is, we should consider all that before we even get with you. Like, if me and you right now, we finna get to know each other, right? I'm already knowing what it is to be a man. You about to be my full responsibility. I'm about to provide for you. I'm about to maintain you. I'm about to guide you. I'm about to protect you, and all these things. I'm gonna let you be able to just be vulnerable and be all the woman you can be, because being all the woman you can be is one of the most powerful forces on this earth. You hear what I'm saying? So provide means financially. Make sure you structured and secure where you ain't got to be busting your ass on no job every day, and you can be more focused on being what a woman is, because that's more powerful than anything. And then I got to maintain you. Maintaining means making sure clothing, your shoes, everything that got something to do with you being maintained, it got to happen. And I got to guide you. I got to lead you in the right direction. I got to be able to be a reflection of the sun and make sure I'm shining the right kind of light on you. So just as a man, we just don't know the responsibility of being a man. And
so how do you feel, though, when a woman do come to you? Because you're right, with a provider. A man is a provider and a protector. But when it comes to a woman, she has to be able to be that woman in order for that man to provide and protect her. So a woman to come to you. Nowadays, women come, and I'm not going to even call, I'm going to say something. So I'm going to call them women. Females will come, and they are more so just after your pockets. They're not even after anything else. They just want your pockets. I don't like that. I do agree a man should be a provider. But again, us as women, we are multipliers. So when you provide for me, I should be able to multiply everything that you provide for me.
So you're dealing with two groups of people. We are naturally attracted to each other. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's a bunch of weak men that women going to do what it takes to be able to get the man that they want. And it's a group of weak men that's famous on some fame, celebrity type shit. So the women that they creating are the women of that structure right there. But a woman of that structure, that same woman, however she is, she won't come to me like that because, I know how to speak life into her. You know what I mean? Or either she's gonna be able to accept my boundaries, or she's not gonna be able to deal with no real man. So that's just like I said. This is not a mass movement. Everybody's not welcome into this new heaven that we building on earth because we're not bringing any negativity, any unhealthy eating, any unhealthy thinking, any wickedness into this new world. So it's not a mass movement. We're gonna lose people. So it's all about whoever want to make those choices. So like that's just dealing with a different crowd of tricks and hoes. So
that's
to speak.
what I was trying to speak on. Was
because
the
it's another group of women like yourself, you know what I mean, and another group of men like myself or better men than me, you know what I mean. But like we on another frequency of thinking, and I come from hell. I'm a miracle.
Well, okay.
Yeah, because come on, man, ain't nothing like I'm tell you like okay. The most honorable Elijah Muhammad said the only heaven a black man is gonna ever have is a woman, and I can agree. And I can agree with that because I done been in a position where I done been financially straight, meaning that I ain't been the richest man on the planet, but I could go buy me a car that I wanted, a house that I wanted, and go wherever I wanted to go. You know what I'm saying? At one point in my life, when I was living the wrong way, and even living the right way, out of everything I done experienced on this earth, with all due respect, don't nothing feel better than the womb of a woman. Meaning, if I want to be straight up talking pussy, and I ain't just talking about on no barbaric. I'm telling you, if listen, don't nothing get more better than that. You can be like, oh my God, I just had a newborn son and he's a junior. He's named after me. Oh, this is my daughter. Don't nothing feel better than a woman. Like Method Man said, nothing make a man feel better than a woman.
Yeah.
You hear me? I'm trying to tell you that. That's heaven for real. But like we got to control the appetites where sex won't be the number one thing that's going on. It's more of a mental and spiritual connection first. Because that's the only way that if you really want a woman to melt on you, you got to be connected to her mentally or spiritually. You know what I'm saying?
But some women ain't able to be connected to mentally or spiritually, and some men ain't either.
Exactly.
So, because that's the biggest thing with me. I see a lot, and I get what pisses me off is the fact that me being the type of woman I am, the women out here make it so hard for the woman that I am because of how they are, how they carry themselves, how they talk, how they how they're disrespectful to not only themselves but to the men as well, and how they just okay with cheating and okay with giving themselves up off of a freaking bag of popcorn and some tacos, like this type of stuff. And it's just like, yo, like what's going on? So when it comes to a woman like me that knows what loyalty is, knows what sacredcy is, knows how to feed you, and when I say feed you, I mean feed your mind, feed your soul, and feed your belly as well, and not the toxic stuff, because I can't, the meat and stuff like this, like, I'm pescatarian because I'm transitioning, but it's still the fact, like, I'm pescatarian, but all that other stuff, I'm not putting it.
So you do yoga also. So yoga was created because before your mind can work at its fullest capacity, the body has to be properly stretched. So we got yoga. So yoga properly stretches us in order for our mind to work at its full capacity. So you know what I mean? So it's just like the world we living in is just, it's a hellish world and it's falling, and we need to make sure we're on the right side of the fence as this world is falling. So right now you'll go outside, you'll see condos getting built, new stadiums getting built, and all that's doing is trying to spray perfume on shit, trying to make it smell good, but it's all shit, you know what I mean? It's a battlefield, you know what I mean? So on the battlefield, we at war. They got lounges, bars, arenas, spas, everything for us to go, parks. We gonna have fun, and it's a real mental, spiritual war, biological war, chemical warfare. It's all kind of warfare going on, but they keep the people ignorant and engaged in the playgrounds they build out here for us, the entertainment world.
You
the
right.
World of sport and play.
That's what it is. So I do. I'm sorry, because I thought about that. You said it's just like spraying perfume on shit. That is the truth.
Yeah.
And that's what it is, creating a roar. You know, I started doing Kundalini, practicing Kundalini.
Okay.
Do you know what Kundalini is?
It has something to do with
The energy that's trapped
the
at
power. It's like
your spine.
It's ain't it like a pose you do when you? It's the
So Kundalini is...
Ain't it a statue or something of it? And I think it's like this, where it's like it has everything to do with energy.
Yeah, it is energy.
studied
So
it, but it been
Kundalini
about-
is the snake. So a snake, your spine is like a snake. So basically, the energy is trapped at the base of your spine.
Okay.
In order to get the full effect of the energy and become whole, you have to untrap that energy. So that's where Kundalini meditation and Kundalini yoga. So that's what type of yoga I do. That's where it comes out. So you have to get that energy trapped from the bottom of your spine, and I push it up. And it just it's like when you first start, I'm not gonna lie, it's like the most painful thing ever. And I'm not saying painful in that way. Like it hurts your soul, it hurts your spirit. It's a lot to do. And if you're not strong, you're not gonna be able to do it. So I had to start reading on it. Like, what is Kundalini energy? It's having to do with all your chakras and everything.
Yeah.
Your third eye, your crown. It's Kundalini energy is supposed to come up through your crown. In order to open that up, in order to open up your third eye, you need to untrap your Kundalini energy.
When I studied that, I believe there was talking about like how like if you're at a football game or a basketball game and somebody scored, the automatic pose people do is like, yeah, and that energy is like
that right there. Yeah. Well, Kundalini is. I would love for you to read up on just a tad bit, and we can have a bigger conversation on it.
I need to brush up on that. But something about sperm that a man carry, like when a man don't have sex and he keeps his sperm within himself.
Sperm retention.
Yes, it travels up his spinal cord into our mind, and it makes us more elevated as men when we save our sperm, because that's the most definitely the seed of life.
Yep, and that's what Kevin Gates was talking about that, and people was like, "What?" And he's like, "I retain my sperm, like I don't," and it's different ways. So it's a lot. Like I learned a lot, even when it came to like sexual things. Like it's a lot. So a man can actually, what do you call it? Have an orgasm without releasing the sperm. So it's a lot that comes with it, but it's all about knowing your body and studying yourself. Yeah. So you can get into that, but. You wrote 2 books, and I need to talk about them. Okay. A Black Woman's Worth and A Black Man's Worth. And you gave 10 steps.
Yes.
Where did those steps come from? Why did you give them? What was your purpose?
Okay, the steps is based off the supreme mathematics of the nation of gods and earth, which derived from the nation of Islam. And in those 10 steps, you get knowledge, wisdom, understanding, culture, freedom, power, refinement, equality, God, build or destroy, born or cipher. So all I did was take each mathematic degree and use them as a chapter of a black woman's worth, 10 steps to unlocking the greatest treasure. So the first step is knowledge. Knowledge is to know. You got know and you got ledge. We got to know our ledge so we don't fall off the edge of ignorance. Knowledge serves as a key to unlock the door to the knowing of self. I got an iCloud email that can't nobody take right now. It's called Nothing But Nobody. That's what I call myself. Because every human being, like if I ask you, who are you? You know what I mean? Every human being is created from something that they've read or studied, and it make us who we are. So I seen a documentary called Becoming Nobody, because I feel like it's certain people that pick up books, and whatever they pick up, they become that at that time. Okay, so I'm this right now because they're reading that book. When they get done with that, they this because they're reading another book, so they don't have no foundation to stand on. You know what I mean? They everybody but themselves. So, you know, I'm nothing but nobody, because I ain't trying to be like nobody but myself.
I like that.
So the 10 steps have everything to do with the supreme mathematics, you know what I mean? So I get with the knowledge of her worth, the wisdom of her worth, the understanding of her worth. Understanding is seeing things clearly for what they are, not what they appear to be. Yeah. And I do that same thing with the man. So
you met me. I was Ubering. Yeah, I'm a workaholic. That's crazy. I Uber. I do a lot. But needless to say, you said something to me that made me bring you on. We were talking, we was having a conversation, but you told me you like my energy.
Yeah.
Why?
Because when I read spirits, God bless me with the spirit of discernment. And when I'm in a car with you and I was riding with you, I'm listening to your music, your playlist, And I really was like, I ain't feel sorry for you, but I was like I was connected to you in a healing moment. I'm like, damn, like, that's a woman right there that's just trying to heal and just be the right way and do the right thing.
Yeah.
And I shared a conversation with you in there, you know what I mean? Just to protect that energy right there, because like you're a powerful woman. So it's 5% of men that can handle a woman like you.
Okay. Well, so just to be clear, guys, I never said anything about looking for a man, but I do know, like you had said,
you ain't gotta be looking for a man. You need a man like a man need a woman.
Oh.
You're gonna be able to get through life, maintain and protect. You gonna get through life and be a great woman without no man. You know what I mean? That's just the full, like, in order for a man to be a full man, to experience manhood, he has to be responsible for a woman and children. You don't know what it is to be a man if you're not responsible for women and children. If you're just a single man out here, ain't got no woman, ain't got no children, you don't know what manhood is.
Well, a lot of men don't like the fact. I think I had a conversation with Rob, but our podcast, Rob Savage. So he's coming on the 27th. Our podcast didn't get put out because it was like it was so much. So he's coming back on. But he was like, a lot of men, because I'm 35, I have children, and a lot of men run from that. But then he also stated like, darn, but when people get to know you as a woman, it's like different. It's like, hold on. I don't know, like everything is forgotten, but that's one big thing that happens with women that do have children. A lot of men don't want that responsibility.
Well, shit, we can X them a lot of men out if they don't want it. Shit, kick rocks.
Okay, well,
because it's a man that want it. You hear me? And can handle it the right way. You having a child ain't gonna stop a damn thing.
Oh my God.
Your child would be somebody else's child, which it should be, because it take a village to raise us.
I got multiple kids.
It's okay.
Microphone on. Multiple. But yeah, so I had asked you that question because I think I was listening to Indy.
Real man don't care about that. A man don't want to deal with no woman with multiple kids, who a woman who ain't got her shit together mentally and spiritually, who gonna be luggage, who gonna be draining, who gonna be an issue to growth. Yeah. If a woman is an issue to growth and development and being successful, then a man don't want to deal with a woman with children. But if that woman has children, that don't make her less of a woman than any woman without a child.
Okay. Well, y'all heard it here. So I know.
Shout out to my brother Rob Savage.
Exactly. Yeah, he gonna be on soon. He's dope. I've been knowing him because we went to school together. So I've been knowing him for a long time. So he's dope. He definitely helps me to get into different rooms, and we probably talk every blue moon, maybe.
That's a good brother.
Yeah, he is, and he's the one that my son went to men's mental health. It was like a thing, and he ended up, like, I sent my son in there, and he met up with him and was like, yeah, I'm gonna make sure he's straight. So he's definitely,
We're under the same organization, the 200 Man Stand.
Yeah.
I'm the founder, and Otis Carter the fourth is the co-founder.
I like that, and I feel like that's why I feel like that's something that resonates a lot as well, because you told me that. Did you tell me that? Didn't you tell me that? Maybe he told me, but
he's most definitely
a member, I think, or
an equal, a god.
Yeah.
He's a god. We all gods in this, and we the gods of whatever universe that we have within the organization.
Yeah.
So whatever that I'm the god of, I'm gonna give orders and be the god of that situation. Whatever Rob Savage is the god of, he gonna give orders to me, and I'm gonna follow direction based on what it is that he's governing of the organization. So ain't nobody less than nobody.
I like that. So that's like, y'all are both powerful.
Yeah, we just all in our own space. You know what I'm saying? There's only one sun in this galaxy right here. So I'm the son of my galaxy. He the son of his. We just come together, still sharp and still.
Yeah,
we make it happen.
Yeah, I like that. So you told me about a book when we were talking, and it was, I think it was most likely in the Instagram, because our Uber ride was kind of short, so we had that little space, and you was just like, you felt something in my spirit or something of that nature. So you did talk about some healing and things like that. I don't know if I told you my backstory. I don't remember. All right. Okay. So that's one big thing. But you did, it was something, your book, Why Men
The Reason We Cheat.
The Reason We Cheat. And that was interesting because I think you never brung it up, but I seen it, or you shared it with me on Instagram, because I'm trying to get everything together. So I didn't get to read the book, but I want to know, why did you make that book?
Because when I first made it, is because I know the who's who crowd and the 85%ers, the majority of the people, married, not married, or whatever, is having cheating issues. And I know that they run to gossip and messy shit. You know what I'm saying? So I created some gossipy and messy shit just by the title. But it has psychological breakdowns and reflections of the reason why we cheat. And I'm not talking about just men. I'm talking about men and women. So we have the hereditary cheater. You know what I mean? People it's women that's raised by women that's teaching them how to be towards a man. You know what I mean? Like, I was raised by Pimp C, Snoop Doggy Dogg. They told us, we don't love these hoes. Bitches ain't shit but hoes and tricks. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I didn't have a father figure. So some of the rap artists was my father figure. So if bitches ain't shit but hoes and tricks, that's how I'm coming in to identifying the women. So you got the hereditary cheater. Then you got the workplace cheater, the gym cheater, the internet cheater. And then I got something called the cheatee. The cheatee, like you have a trainer and a trainee. The cheatee is the single person who indulges with people in committed relationships. So I deal off into all levels of cheating and, get off into the reason of why we cheat.
Okay, that's dope, because I always felt like the reason why people cheat is due to the fact that, especially when it comes to both men and women, the biggest reason why someone needs multiple people is because of some type of insecurity that they're trying to feed. And that's how I always felt, because I've never been the type of woman who needed multiple men. But
the reason that we find, like, I got the unappreciated cheater. Somebody might feel unappreciated, and in the feeling of being unappreciated, they might got somebody in their ear that make them feel a little appreciated more than their partner do. And through that appreciation, if they fall weak for it, then they indulge in a cheating process. But whenever we cheat, man or woman, we really cheating ourselves, because that lets you know that we're not a free human being when we got to lie about what we want to do in life. So me as a man, if I want to deal with another woman, why can't I just tell my wife, hey, babe, I want to go get with this woman right here? So if I got to lie, like, I'm a type of man. You have men out here, including myself, that I don't fear no man at all, right? And I remember once upon a time in my life, I would cheat, you know what I'm saying? But the way I do it, me reflecting on it, is like, I gotta hide my phone, all kind of shit like that. And that's just being a coward, you know what I'm saying? That's a coward. I gotta lie to this woman and not just let her know what's going on so she can make her decision on what she wanna do as far as my habit going. And then, what am I cheating with? You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, it ain't like it's nothing that I'm really gonna remember for real, because it ain't about no love, no God, no none of that. So it just, you bust a nut and you out of there. Once the nut, the woman don't even mean nothing to you. And that's, the type of relationship that people participate in when it's based on reckless cheating.
Wow.
To be honest, you hear what I'm saying?
I mean, hey, I get it. I get it. Oh, I don't get it. And I agree. Like, a man should be able to tell, just like a woman. I feel like if you're going to do that, then get with someone who is okay with you doing that. Just like you said, there is women out here.
You're cheating yourself at the end of the day, because as a man, if you're going to make the decision to cheat and things of that nature right there, you should be able to, but cheating is such a cheap word, though. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, like, now I feel like if I want to get with another woman, it'll be a woman that can help with the situation that me and my wife got going on, and we can build a happy family together versus just fucking off and just getting some pussy, because that don't add up to nothing, just sex, because I carry the seed of life in me. So if I bust a nut, excuse my language, I don't know how we supposed to talk on this show. If sperm is produced,
say that.
the sperm is produced from the penis, and it's shot out to the woman. You know what I'm saying? Like, it takes energy from a man, and I don't want to be just busting the seeds of life and ain't no life being produced. You hear me? So I want to treat my sperm as the sacred sperm that it is, which is the seed of life. So when you out there just cheating and having sex and just shooting sperm everywhere and not being, not honoring that sacred seed that is sperm, then you just doing some reckless shit out there.
Wow. Well, men and women, I guess. I don't know. Well, we don't have sperm.
Yes, man. Look at man. Check this out. You have something within you called sperm, which is the seed of life. There's no life, none of us could be produced without that seed called sperm. Protect it and care for it and treat yourself like a god. Don't give it to nobody that don't deserve you. Hear me? Peace.
Wow. Well, I don't even know. Oh no, where to go?
With all due respect.
Yo, it's great.
I don't mean to sound reckless or nothing like that.
I don't know,
it is
you're
what
fine.
it is. I don't even mind it going into the algorithm of the world, because I know how to defend myself with conversation. But just like a woman should protect the two most important parts of her is her mind and her womb. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And you can't let anybody explore your planet. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because as Mother Earth, you know what I'm saying? You got your hillsides, your curves, your mountains, your grasslands, your desert part of you, your water, your wetland, and everything about you. You got to have boundaries for who can explore your planet. You feel what I'm saying? And a man should have boundaries of who he's allowed to release that seed of life from him, because it takes energy from a man. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? You just don't release the seed of life. You know what I mean? It takes energy. It's literally life leaving you. So you got to be mindful with that seed of life. You know what I'm saying? We can get a little reckless out here. I done been a little reckless with my seed of life, trust me.
Yeah, I think a lot of people have, but at a certain point in life, it's like when. And you're right. Me speaking to the women, I always talk to a lot of women who just feel like, oh, well, I'm cool with just having sex, and it's like, baby, you got to be more than that. You got to be better than that, because, like I said, first of all, you got energies transferring. That's why I'm sacred. If I'm with a man, you're monogamous. Point blank. Period. It ain't no extra. I don't care if you think using a condom is gonna protect it, because it's not. I don't care if you think that. I don't know. Monogamy is something big.
So if it's 100 women,
I don't care if it was
5 men. Right?
Oh well, I know some men who are out here and who are monogamous to their woman because of the woman that she is. She can't be matched.
Yes,
it ain't nothing.
You know, one woman is enough for one man.
Exactly. So that's
but at the same time, ain't nothing wrong with a man having more than one woman.
That's
just depending on the situation.
That's an agreement for a woman that's okay with that.
Yeah.
Right? I'm not the woman that's okay with that, so I'm not the woman that a man can come to that needs that. That's something that's when the honesty should come into place. Like, hey, I am poly or whatever they want to call it.
Say if you single and I'm single, right? And we feeling each other, and we going out and all that stuff right there, and you asking me like, hey, so what are you? Am I the only girl you messing with or going to mess with or have plans on messing with? And I'm like, no, not really. I got another friend that I deal with.
Respectfully, you continue to deal with her. I can be the type of person who is platonic with you, because that's going to automatically turn me off. That's just one of my boundaries.
Okay.
And I I don't disrespect anyone who's okay with that. That's where it comes to a point to where there's communication. You tell the honest truth, because I'm going to be honest with the man. I'm going to come to you and be like, hey, for one, I'm not going to just give it up to you.
So
but
when your garden needs tending to and watered and nurtured and things of that nature, what you gonna do about it?
That's personal. I know how to. I know what I can and can't do. I don't have to. But that's personal that I wouldn't put on the internet.
I'm just,
but it's the fact.
That ain't nothing I want to know. I'm just saying,
no.
I'm just leaning towards to one. You might want to experience a man just on a I don't know.
It's been
That's
times
good.
where it's been
Yeah.
it's been times where I have been literally I abstained from sex. Like,
You ain't missing nothing.
yeah, because sex is sex. Like, I like spiritual connections. I like a person who can read and who can lead as well. And I'm not saying read no nasty novels or something that just don't have any substance in it. I mean, actually read, and they're working on themselves, and there is something that you can give to me. So I have to have a lot of different connections with someone before I get wet. So, and that's just being real, but I don't talk like that on my podcast, but that's just one way of putting it. So that's why I can be loyal to one man. That's why I know that I don't have to have multiple men, because
if
mindset is something big.
If every woman had one man, it'll still be women without men.
But there's so many women out here that is into women. It ain't even funny nowadays.
But I'm just saying, if every straight woman had a straight man, it'll be straight women without a man.
That ain't got nothing to do with me.
I understand that.
Unfortunately. Like,
so just say if you don't get a man right now, just say all the men that's in your caliber are taken by women, and some of them are in monogamous relationships, but other men are in relationships where they know how to handle more than one woman.
That's nice.
Would you just remain without a man for the rest of your life?
Yep, sure will.
Okay.
I definitely would. And I can say that with the honesty.
Yes.
I wouldn't care. Like, that's just who I am. So, unfortunately,
that ain't no bad thing.
You know, like, because it's unfortunate for the men of my caliber, because I know it's not too many of them. So it's unfortunate for the men of my caliber to lose a woman a woman like me, or not be able to experience a woman like me, because I am unconditional love. And that's just how I feel. So with that being stated, I got one thing for you. It's my tea time. So I make teas.
Okay.
But I still ain't brought my teas, but we not gonna talk about that. But I make teas.
I know people that make teas with, they say they put mushrooms in them.
Okay, they do shroom tea. Well, I do like healing teas. Like, I got a tea for everything that you may have wrong with you, from a headache to a stomach ache to a cold to sinuses to your skin breaking out because it's too dry, or to you having oily skin and your skin is too oily, or hormones. I have teas for your chakra. I have teas for a lot of things, right? But I like to do tea time. And in tea time, my one question before I close is, if your life was a tea blend, what would it be called? What ingredients would it have in it, and why?
If my life was a tea
blend.
Tea blend. What would it be called?
What ingredients would it have in it, and why? And when I say tea blends, I mean herbal. You got all types of herbs. Rose is an herb, to be honest, too.
Mine would be, I know ginger would be one of them. And I just go with, mine would be ginger. I like get strong, shake you up. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
You know, get down through there, and it's like, you know, like it part the Red Sea. You hear me?
Okay. So why did you choose? So you choose ginger because of?
I take ginger shots.
Ooh, you a strong man for that, cause.
And I really take them during the 2 months that I fast during the year, which is Ramadan and Black August fast. So I participate in 2 fasts a year, and I love ginger shots. And then I'm an alchemist, because I can take the ginger shot and it can turn into whatever I want it is once it go within my body. Because you know, with alchemy, you can just turn water into wine. Yeah. So it'll be called the...
something like how Yahweh did it.
It'll be called the GodBody.
GodBody. I like that. That was dope. Well, Hambino, I want to thank you for coming on to my show. Did it do you any justice? Did it fulfill you?
Yes.
I like to make sure that things are fulfilling or people are fulfilled once they come onto my show. So that's something that's big. So I'm glad that it was fulfilling, because it was fulfilling for me. And I'm sure when people listen to it, it's going to be fulfilling and entertaining for them, because the end got a little you know.
I didn't know it was PG-13 rated R.
Oh no, it's okay. I do allow people
but
to
being
curse.
authentic and being able to reach an ear that I want to hear it, I use certain kind of languages.
Oh yeah, no, and that's fine, because every time someone be like, "Can I curse on here?" He was the first person, Cruz was, to ask me, "Can I curse on here?" And as soon as I said yeah, the first word that everybody end up saying is "fuck," and I don't know why. I don't know why that's the chosen word. But for some reason on In Deep with Indy, when they find out, the first word is the F-bomb. So it's okay though.
It's just a spiritual war, because you being celibate right now, and that word challenges your celibacy. So it's a spiritual battle for you can keep on.
Is it? Oh, celibacy. Boy, y'all be putting words in my mouth like it ain't nothing. But hey, we gonna let the crowd.
Do you have a man?
I don't.
Do you
speak,
have a man?
I don't speak of any of my personal. So people will have to. Oh yeah, I don't speak personal on here. So I may be celibate, I may not. I may have a man, I may not. So can you give everybody your tags?
Hey, my
social media.
Listen, all I want y'all to do is be the best version of yourself. Don't worry about who I am. Worry about who you are, and you'll be okay in life.
I know that's right, Hambino. Well, y'all can follow him on Hambino GodBody. That's his tags. But you're someone to learn from, so I would definitely want them to follow you. And he has a lot of books. A lot. I don't even understand how you had time to write all of them. But he has a lot of books that I feel like is going to fit. One of these books is going to help you in life. So make sure you go grab that. Make sure you grab Echoes of Love, Lessons of Loss by India Perry. That's me. It's on Amazon. And, oh, yeah. You sent me the printers as well. So I'm going to get some printed. I'm going to change some things around. Thank you, Hambino, for that, for those gems. But yes, y'all make sure y'all like, share, follow, subscribe, all that other good stuff. I hope that y'all have an amazing week, and I hope y'all got something from this. Make sure that y'all comment. Have a conversation with us. If y'all want to see Hambino back on here, you gotta tell me, because if not, then he ain't coming back. No, just
listen, y'all. Don't judge me. And the reason you shouldn't judge me, because I don't give a fuck.
And on that note, peace, love, and light.
I had to use the fuck word, see?